Hi, folks. My name is Gilbert Dola Garza. I'm an insurance agent with DLG Insurance Agency, owned and operated by myself. I have several agents all over the city. So if you see them running around representing DLG Insurance Agency, that's who we are, right? Now, we do property and casualty, which means we do auto, home, business, renter's insurance, flood insurance, things of that nature. But we also underscore all of that with life insurance. Now, today's topic is how simple is life insurance? How can I simplify that for you? Because some folks try to make it really like they try to complicate it when it's really not that complicated. And here's how I'm gonna show you guys. Okay, if you got a family, you got mom who's 32 years old. She probably makes $40,000 a year. This is just a generic number. Okay, some teachers that I know make $40,000 a year, and they're insured with DLG. Dad, 35 years old, makes $50,000 a year. Carpenter, probably works at Walmart as an operations manager, whatever the case may be, right? At $50,000 a year. And then mom and dad have two kids, 32 years old, 35 years old. By this time, they have two kids and want to make sure everybody's covered, right? So here's what most folks tell me. I want to pay $100 a month, and I want everybody insured. Well, my goal is to try to get to that number, but make sure that you're covered adequately. So with all that being said, mom is 32 years old. Okay, life insurance is supposed to indemnify a loss. Indemnify means replace and make you whole again. So if mom were to pass away and she makes $40,000 a year, you're losing $40,000 a year for so many years. Now, so many years leading up to what? Retirement. Because once you retire, there's no longer money coming in, it's all about the money going out. Right? All the money you put into your retirement account, that's the money that you saved, probably working with a 401k, a Roth IRA, traditional IRA, maybe a SEP IRA, things of that nature. Things like that, I don't really get into those weeds, right? But I know about them. I have my licenses for all that stuff, so I'm pretty well versed in it, but I don't play in that space because the foundation of a family is their life insurance. So back to this. Mom makes $40,000 a year. She's 32. Remember I said, money's coming in until you retire. So she wants to retire at 59 and a half, rounded up to 60, right? So at 60 years of age, she's 32 right now. That leaves 28 years. 28 years right now that she would have brought $40,000 a year. So we multiply 28 times 40,000. Right? So 320,000, 8 times this number right here is 320,000, and then 2 times 40,000 is 80,000. So what we end up getting is 0.0002. Mama is worth $1.12 million. Okay? That's her human life value, HLV. Now, if I were to tell you that $1.12 million for 30 years could be insured for $50, maybe $60 a month for a healthy non-smoker, 32 years old, height and weight is on point, $50 a month, $60 a month, more or less, right? Then you got dad, 35. Men are risk takers. We do dumber stuff, right? So naturally, our insurance is going to be more. But dad's 35. He's going to retire at 60 as well. So you got 25 years of 50,000. Dad is worth 50,000. Oh, here it goes. $1.25 million. So we want to insure dad at 35 years of age for $1.25 million. Okay? So with that being said, you want to make sure that mom's insured for this, dad's insured for this. And don't give me that shit that mom doesn't need just as much insurance as dad, because mom does just as much work as dad. Nowadays, we share the responsibilities. Okay? Even if mom doesn't work, and she's a domestic engineer, she's a homemaker, she's a stay-at-home mom, that job is difficult. If you want to pay for it, you want to go out there and mom leaves, something happens, and you want to put your kid in daycare, Check to see how much that's gonna be for you. And then pick them up after school. And then take them to practice. So again, to all my machistas out there, a lot of the Hispanic demographic likes to do this shit. Mom is worth just as much as dad. Okay? So we can insure dad for $1.25 million at 35 years of age, $60, $70 a year, a month for a term life insurance policy. Now, when I say term, you can do a 10-year term, 20-year term, 30-year term, or you can do a permanent term. The reason I call it a permanent term is because the death benefit remains the same, and so does the cost for your whole life. And on year 15, you can get half of your money back. Year 20, you can get all of it back. And in year 25, you can also opt in to get all your money back. But with the regular term insurance, you don't. Now, the beauty of the term insurance products that we offer here at DLG is that these, right now, if we need to stay with the budget, and our budget is $150 a month for everybody, right? We can do something along the lines of a 10, 20, or 30-year term, keep the costs down, and then later on down the line, when things get better financially, we can convert this into something permanent. I do that a lot with my clients right now. I'm not trying to break your bank. I'm not trying to make you go house broke. I don't want you buying a car that you can't afford, and then it's gonna get repoed. Ain't no use in getting a life insurance policy and then it goes canceled, right? Because the life insurance you have at work is also a term. Because the term of time that you work at your job is the term that you're gonna be insured. And everybody knows about layoffs. So, back to the basics. 10, 20, or 30-year term, dad gets insured for $1.25 million because that's what he would have brought home throughout his lifetime at $50,000 a year. Now, he might get a raise. That's fine. Good for him, right? But if he gets a raise and you've already created a standard of living at $90,000, you need to be putting that money in some type of savings account. That's for the next video. But then we got these two little kids. I have two kids, 14 and 10, right? I want them insured. I have a permanent policy for them. That's the one that gains cash value and you can use it for college or whatever, right? But if you can't do that, we can add the kids for $13 a month, insured at $25,000 per kid. You can add that as a rider to either one of these policies, right? So my son and my daughter are on my policy as well for 25 grand. And then I got a whole life policy for both of them that accumulates cash value. Now I did that on my own accord. I chose to do it that way and that's the way it was done. But that's my deal. Life insurance simplified is this. Doesn't have to be complicated. So for all of you who have more questions, or if you'd like to have a consultation or a conversation about this outside of the gym, because I get a lot of questions at the gym. Here in my office, in Katy, Texas, I'll be happy to go over it, or we can have a Zoom video. I like to work person to person, personally, right, face to face, to make sure that I'm able to acknowledge any questions you might have. If it's a husband and wife decision, then the husband and wife need to be here, right? And any questions that pop up, we need to talk about them here. I'm not a fan of folks telling me, oh, well, we're gonna go home and talk about it. Well, we can talk about it here. That way I can address any questions. Because then all those questions come after the fact. Okay? So, if you have any questions, my phone number is 281-415-2163. Or you can call my office at 713-262-5366. Or you can look in the content associated with this post, and I'll have that information in there as well. Lastly, my email, info@gilbertdlg.com. And gilbertdlg.com is my domain. You can go there and check out my website, see what I'm all about. I won't be dressed like this. I'm in a suit there, but it doesn't matter what you're rocking, man. It matters what kind of coverage you get your people. So it's all about this here, all right? If you have any questions, again, hit me up. Cell phone, office line, email. Life insurance simplified. A 32-year-old mom, 35-year-old dad, $100, you're insured for $1.12 million for mom, $1.25 million for dad. I'll show you how when you come in. and both of your kids insured for $25,000. Gilbert Delagarza is signing off.